Illinois frogs and toads. Part 1. Frogs and toads live in a variety of habitats but are seldom found far from water. Frogs and toads are commonly found in lakes and ponds, streams, swamps and sloughs, flooded fields, and water-filled ditches. They are also found in dark, moist places such as under rocks, boards, logs, and leaves. Some spend much of their life underground or on the branches of trees and shrubs. Frogs and toads are generally active at night. Nocturnal behavior takes advantage of higher relative humidity in the air that will help keep the skin moist. Adult frogs and toads are carnivores that feed on worms, insects, spiders, and other small invertebrates. Large frogs, such as the green frog and the American bullfrog, will eat any prey that they can catch and swallow, including fishes, crayfish, snakes, and other frogs. Frogs and toads commonly aggregate near water in the spring or summer to breed. Males generally appear first and begin calling singly or in chorus. The purpose of the calling behavior is to attract females. Calling males usually establish a pattern of dominance with larger males dominant over smaller ones. Calls are made by passing air back and forth across the vocal cords. A vocal sac or pair of sacs provides resonance and helps to sustain the call. The calls are distinctive and species specific. Soon after chorusing begins, the females appear and seek out the males of their species. The male and female come together and release eggs and sperm into the water. The eggs may be in strings or masses below the water surface or as a film on the water surface. Often the eggs are attached to vegetation or other objects in the water. The number of eggs laid by a female varies from about 100 for the western chorus frog to as many as 40,000 for the American bullfrog. For the eastern spadefoot, hatching can occur as quickly as a few days after the eggs are fertilized. It may take 14 days for the pickerel frog eggs to hatch. The newly hatched tadpoles are herbivorous, feeding on plankton, algae, and soft plant tissues. The transformation from tadpole to froglet takes 2 to 3 weeks for the eastern spadefoot, but may take up to 2 years for the American bullfrog. Frogs and toads are prey for fishes, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Most of these amphibians do not live as long as 1 year. If they survive the first year, their chances of living to 3 or more years increases. Some American bullfrogs have been known to live more than 10 years, but it is doubtful that many frogs in the wild live this long. Because frogs and toads lack feathers and hair, because their body temperature is mainly determined by that of their surroundings, and because most of their prey species would not be available, they cannot remain active and survive Illinois' winters. They seek refuge in places where the humidity is high and the temperature remains above freezing. They enter a state of dormancy called brumation. Frogs and toads brumate under debris in the soil or in the water. During this period, all breathing occurs through their skin. Frogs and toads are classified in the kingdom Animalia, the animals, phylum Chordata, the vertebrates, class Amphibia, the amphibians, and the order Anura, the frogs and toads. In Illinois, there are 5 frog and toad families. Now let's take a closer look at Illinois' frogs and toads. Family Bufonidae. The members of the family Bufonidae are the true toads and are found nearly worldwide. They have dry, bumpy skin. Large parotoid glands are present behind the eyes. Most are nocturnal. They produce a poisonous skin secretion. In Illinois, there is 1 genus and 2 species. Here are the true toad species in Illinois. American toad. The 2 to 3 1/2 inch American toad has enlarged bumps or warts on the hind legs and 1 or 2 large warts in each spot on its back. This species is statewide in distribution and is most often encountered in lawns, orchards, and gardens. It breeds in shallow pools from March to July, with most activity occurring in about mid-April. Its call is a sustained, high, musical trill. Fowler's toad. Fowler's toad resembles the American toad, but the large spots on its back contain 3 or more warts. The warts on its legs are not enlarged. This toad is common in the southern 1/2 of Illinois. Although it is abundant in almost all suitable habitats, it tends to occupy sandy areas and stream margins. This toad also breeds in temporary pools, ditches, and shallow margins of ponds. Its eggs are laid in long strings. Its call sounds like a prolonged nasal scream or bleat. Family Hylidae. Tree frogs, chorus frogs, and cricket frogs are small anurans. Most of them have adhesive pads on the tips of their toes to aid in climbing. Females are usually larger than the males. This is the largest frog family in Illinois, with 3 genera and 10 species. Blanchard's cricket frog. Blanchard's cricket frog rarely exceeds 1 1/2 inches in length. Although its coloration is variable, this tiny frog almost always has a black triangle between its eyes. A ragged dark line on the rear surface of the thigh is also characteristic. This alert frog is a strong leaper. It is found statewide and frequents almost any wet place, but seems partial to the sunny banks of lakes and streams. It is also found near sand, gravel, or mud bars in small sluggish streams. Blanchard's cricket frog begins breeding in late April and continues throughout the summer. The call is a series of rapid metallic clicks, much like that produced when striking 2 pebbles or marbles together. Western chorus frog. The western chorus frog has 3 dark lines on its tan, gray, or green-gray back. Sometimes the lines are broken into a series of spots. This 1 1/2 inch frog is found between Interstate 70 and Illinois Route 13 in south-central Illinois. It is one of the first frogs to appear in spring. It begins breeding after warm rains in early March and continues into May. The peak of calling is in late March. These frogs enter shallow, often temporary pools and ponds in great numbers. Here they call while hiding in vegetation. After the breeding season, they are secretive creatures and are seldom seen. Their call is heard day and night and can be imitated by passing fingernails over the teeth of a plastic comb. Stracker's chorus frog. Stracker's chorus frog is light gray or brown with a few dark bars on its back. A dark V or Y-shaped marking is located between the eyes. This chubby frog is toad-like in its habits. Unlike toads, however, it digs headfirst into loose soil. True toads dig backwards into the ground. This species is Illinois' rarest frog and is classified as a threatened species. It is found in shady woods, streams, or sand prairies in only a few counties in western, southwestern, and southern Illinois. Stracker's chorus frog lays its eggs in shallow water during March. Its call is a series of clear, bell-like notes. Upland chorus frog. The upland chorus frog has a dark line on each side of the body that starts on the snout, passes through the eye, and continues along the side. The 3 thin lines on the back may be broken into spots. It is found in the southern tip of the state in forests, forest edges, and marshy fields. Its call is like that of the western chorus frog. Boreal chorus frog. The boreal chorus frog is about 3/4 to 1 1/4 inches in length. The skin is brown to gray with 3 dark lines down the back and another through the eye. There's a white line along the upper lip. It is very similar in appearance to the western chorus frog. Although usually found in shallow ponds, wetlands, or other water bodies without a current, individuals of this species may live in grasslands, meadows, urban areas, and forests in summer. The boreal chorus frog can be found in Illinois north of Interstate 70. The male's call is a trill that can be imitated by running a fingernail along the teeth of a comb. Bird-voiced tree frog. The bird-voiced tree frog is a threatened species in Illinois. This 1 1/2 inch frog is identified as a tree frog by its enlarged, sticky toe pads. Its gray, brown, or green back often has an irregular, star-shaped blotch. A wash of green or yellow can be seen on the inner thighs. These animals are excellent at climbing. They live in extreme southern Illinois, where they breed from mid-May to August in the wooded swamps of cypress and buttonbush. Their call resembles a ringing bird-like whistle. Green tree frog. You can easily see why this species is called the green tree frog. This 1 1/4 to 2 1/4 inch frog is a resident of the swamps, lakes, and streams of southern Illinois. It breeds from mid-May to August in cypress swamps, floodplain sloughs, and cattail marshes. A chorus of males sounds like the clink of cowbells, while an individual green tree frog sounds like a nasal quonk, quonk, quonk. Spring peeper. The tiny spring peeper is never more than 1 inch in length. It is found statewide and can be recognized by the dark X on its back and the dark line between its eyes. The spring peeper is usually tan or brown with a pink cast. It is rarely seen except when breeding from early March to early June. It lives in moist, often brushy woodlands and lays its eggs in woodland ponds. During the day, it calls from tree branches or from under leaves on the forest floor. At night, its piping, clear whistle can be heard from the water's edge or from plants over water. Gray tree frog and Cope's gray tree frog. The gray tree frog and Cope's gray tree frog are so similar that they were once considered a single species. Both of these warty-skinned tree frogs averages less than 2 inches in length. A light spot under the eye is characteristic, and the concealed surfaces of the hind legs are washed with orange. Both tree frogs occur primarily in moist woodlands, thickets, and swamps where they breed from late April to August. Much of their time is spent hunting insects in small trees or shrubs over water. These frogs occasionally visit windows at night where they search for insects attracted by light. They seem to prefer living in hollow, dead trees or under moist, rotten bark, and they are rarely found on the ground except when migrating to breeding ponds. The only reliable way to separate these two species in the field is by their calls. The call of the gray tree frog is a slow trill lasting more than 1 second. It resembles the call of a red-bellied woodpecker. The call of Cope's gray tree frog is a higher and faster trill lasting less than 1 second.